Hello, and happy Friday. So, the more I hear about Ananda Lewis and her passing, and I read about how she found out years ago that she had breast cancer, but she didn't want to go through the traditional mastectomy that they suggested to her, or the chemotherapy. She thought she could fight it herself. And I can't help but wonder, she's been told her whole life she's beautiful, because she is. How many of us African Americans really truly believed our grandparents when they said, "You are half Indian"? I know I did. But I used to always wonder, if I'm half Indian, how come I ain't got the Indian hair? Why do I need a straightening comb? Okay, if I'm half Indian, that's a large percentage. Why I got this little nappy afro? Okay, all right. Then I took Ancestry DNA and 23andMe, and they told me your grandma is a lie. You ain't half, you ain't a third, you ain't 3/4. You barely 0.1 Indian, but you got 28% European. Anyway, but I say all this to say Ananda is pretty. Like, she's beautiful. How many of us wish we were brown skinned with that Becky hair, with that silky wavy hair? I know I do, and many of us do. That's why we're constantly always going out getting wet and wavy hair. We want that natural shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just wonder, what she told. I'm sure she's been told her whole life she's beautiful as she is. And I just wonder, what's her battle that she didn't want to lose her breasts because of what the world would think? And she didn't want to lose her hair because of what the world would think. So if she felt that way, if vanity took hold of her and vanity took precedence, it's not worth leaving your son, your only child. She only had one kid, he's 13 or 14-year-old, Langston. So your hair, your titties, none of that is important. I mean, as they say, looks are fleeting. Looks will fade. Everything that we have that makes us beautiful it's just fleeting. It's going to leave us. And that's why it's important that people love you for who you are inside. Who you are inside, not outside. Who you are inside. Because everything, he's going to drop, and what he got is going to flop. And, so it's important that you will love for the core and your character. So I just hope that Ananda didn't ignore all that just so she can continue to be beautiful. Because she was beautiful here and on the outside. Again, she was beautiful on the inside and on the outside. And who she was in here was enough. So I wonder, at the end of her years, at the end of her moments, did she think, damn, all this, leaving my son so that I could just look good and be beautiful, it's not worth it.